What's up guys, and welcome to today's video. We are here in the warehouse gym, JBR, and I'm going to go through some of the top tips when it comes to chest training, which you need to keep in mind. I've done many videos on chest training before, but I thought since it's a new year, I will just reiterate some of those key points for you. First most important point you need to keep in mind is whenever you're pressing, you need to keep your scapula retracted. Okay, so that basically means keeping your shoulders pinned back at all times, because when a lot of people press, they move the tension away from the chest onto the front delt. You see a lot of people pressing at the top of the movement looking like this. So I want you guys to imagine you've got a pen on your back. You're trying to squeeze that pen by pulling your shoulder blades back. When you're pressing and you can no longer keep your shoulder blades retracted, it means a number of things. Either the weight is too heavy, either you're not concentrating enough, or you just don't have strong enough back muscles, okay? Back muscles in order to keep your scapula fixed in place. So this is the starting position. As I said before, first key thing to do, pinch your shoulder blades back. The next most important point you need to keep in mind, as the weight comes down slowly, you don't come down too deep, right? You'll know when you come too deep if the dumbbells come close to chest. And you notice the angle at your elbow is very small, okay? If this is the case, when you initiate the movement, there's going to be too much tricep engaged and too much front delt, okay? You've lost a lot of the tension in the chest. So a lot of the time when it comes to depth, you only really need to come this deep, okay? When your elbows are about 90 degrees. So you might need to film yourself when doing this to ensure that you're not going too deep. The next important point is when you're pressing, try and think about pressing and bringing your elbows together, okay? Instead of thinking about pushing your hands up like that, think about bringing your elbows together in an arc movement, okay? So imagine I don't have any weight, elbows come wide, you press up, elbows come together, elbows wide, elbows together. The next important point is when it comes to the top of the movement. So once you come down to the bottom, you're contracting and shortening the pecs. You want to be able to squeeze at the top, okay? Come down, lengthen, up, squeeze the pec. If you can't get that squeeze, more often than not, your shoulders have crept forward, okay? If you are finishing in this position, you can't get a squeeze on your pec. There's no tension there at all. It's all on the front delt. So keep it pulled back, down, elbows together, squeeze the chest. You can see I'm squeezing it as the striations are popping at that top position, okay? Sometimes it will help if you arch your back a little bit. For a lot of people, it gets more difficult to maintain that tension when you're in more of an inclined position. It's easier for your shoulders to creep up. So if you are a beginner, you do find this quite difficult, arch your back, change the angle of your sternum, and you should find it easier to keep your shoulders back and get a good squeeze on your pec. Next important point is tension, okay? So the tension, which is created by the weight, needs to stay on the pecs as much as possible throughout the entire set, right? You don't want to do 4 good repetitions where you keep the tension on the pecs and then lose that tension and have 4 or 5 or 6 crappy reps, okay? You need to keep maximum concentration when doing this, okay? The moment you lose that tension, either you need to reset and concentrate, or you just need to stop and lower the weight, okay? So however many reps you're going for, maintain that tension. I'll show you an example of what it looks like to lose the tension, okay? So let's say, for example, you're halfway through the set, you're getting fatigued, losing concentration, come down, you just don't keep your shoulders pinned back in position, and you finish here, okay? These are less than optimal reps. Not feeling the contraction on my chest. If I just readjust, come down, concentrate, and squeeze, full tension. Keep the tension. Up, squeeze, keeping the tension. You need to be able to do this throughout the entire set. When it comes to barbell pressing, a lot of those same principles apply. The only difference is, in my opinion, would be when pressing, try to imagine you're trying to squeeze the bar together on the way up. Okay, if you are a beginner, I would suggest that you practice with dumbbells first, because that is going to be easier for you to improve that mind-muscle connection. it's a lot easier for people to lose form when it comes to barbell pressing. So, weight off the rack, pin the shoulders back, arch your back a little bit if you need to. Bring the weight down, point the elbows down ever so slightly. Come to a depth which is comfortable for you, and then I'm imagining that I'm bringing my hands together, okay? Getting a good squeeze at the top. And this is something you guys need to keep in mind when it comes to pressing, okay? Why are you doing the press? Are you trying to lift as heavy as you can? Show off to your friends? If so, fine. You may improve your strength. Hopefully you're gonna improve your strength, but ultimately that might not be the best thing for you to do in order to grow your chest, okay? Whether it's regardless of doing dumbbell pressing, barbell pressing, the goal should be, as I mentioned before, okay, how much tension can we create and maintain on the pec? If you are gonna do that and make the reps as difficult as possible for yourself with near perfect form, you are gonna have to lower the weight, okay? If you are the type of person who struggles to grow their chest, you're gonna need to take a step back. You're gonna need to lower the weight. You're gonna need to practice. You might need to go to the gym and spend a good half an hour just doing the same exercise over and over again with light weights just to figure it out. Once you have figured it out, you've recorded yourself, you've ticked off all the boxes, then it's time to progressively overload by adding more weight. But there's no point in adding weight if you haven't got your form right to begin with, okay? So keep all those points in mind. I hope you all have massive chests by the end of 2020. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'll have more videos like this coming out soon. I'll see you in a bit.